Okay, hi everyone. I've been asked just to talk about my faith and how I grew into my faith. And I guess it started with my family. I grew up in a big family. There was 9 of us in a 3-bedroom, 5-row house back in the 50s and 60s. And when they talk about the past being a foreign land, certainly being a Catholic back in that time was very, very different to what it's like now. There was lots and lots of masses we'd go up to with mum and dad, and we'd walk. We didn't have a car, so we'd walk up and we'd go to the 6 o'clock Sunday morning mass. Mum and dad would sit on either end of the pew and we'd all be in between. My earliest memories are of the priest coming around and having dinner with us, and dad grew vegetables for us. He just had a very average job, and the priest would bless the vegetable gardens before dad planted the vegetables. And I can tell you, we always got a good crop. But along with that, there was lots of things that I guess we would consider now being very pious about how we lived. Like on each of our bedroom doors, there was a holy water font, and we'd bless ourselves each night before we'd go in. And we'd have to kneel down next to our bed with mum and dad and say our prayers. And I think just about every night we said the rosary too. I think I must have been very annoying for my brothers and sisters, because I used to build an altar out of my Lego set, and they'd all have to come into my brothers' bedrooms, and we'd say the rosary, so my brothers would give me a good thumping after that. But it was, I guess it was that big family life like then. And those things stayed with me though, because beyond all the piousness of that time was the deep faith that my mother and father had. And life wasn't easy for them. They struggled with, raising 7 kids and putting them through Catholic school at a time when you had to pay everything yourself. And, dad had a very average job. Mum stayed at home. So that faith was a really big part, and trusting in God was a really important part. And then going to a Catholic school, De La Salle Brothers, they were, they didn't spare the rod, I can tell you that. But also I only have fond memories of my schooling, and the big thing that the brothers instilled in us was that God put us on this earth to make a difference, and that we were here to serve other people. And I guess that's carried through with me. And I know with all of my mates when we finished school, the whole idea of choosing a career was how we could be of service and how we could make the world a better place. And lots of them went on to be in jobs similar to what mine is, where we were in positions to make a difference.